So in this video, we're going to talk about how to increase your real estate rental income. We'll look at different types of real estate investing revenue streams and how you can use them to make your property much more profitable. Welcome to FindGreatTenants.com, where we talk about all things tech and tenant, leveling up your real estate investing and landlord business. I'm your host, Mackenzie Wilson. All links and resources mentioned in this video can be found below in the video description. All right, let's get to it. So number one, we'll talk about changing the lease term. You can go from long-term tenants on a yearly or 6-month basis. By shrinking the term of your lease down to a shorter and shorter period of time, you're actually able to increase the amount of money you can charge for that property, right down until you get into the Airbnb short-term rental model. Now, one caveat with this, it depends on your local jurisdiction or city council. Do they have the rules defined for Airbnbs? If not, if this is still considered a gray area, make sure you have a plan B. There's always a possibility that the city council can shut you down or change the rules, making the business not profitable. So if you're looking at buying a rental property as an investment, make sure if you're looking at buying a real estate rental property that cash flows in other lease term models. You know, longer, we're talking about 6 months or a year. As long as you profit there, then you have a fallback or a plan B if your primary revenue stream, being the short-term rentals, breaks down or is no longer allowed in your market. Number two, add a secondary rental suite to your rental property. This could be a basement suite, could be a garden suite, or above garage, or also known as carriage suite. This now takes the number of rental units from 1 to 2. This also gives you a little bit more flexibility in your cash flow in case you get one vacancy that you're trying to fill. You're still bringing in some cash flow to help you manage your bills. Now, depending on what you're allowed to do in some local jurisdictions, you can do something called a rooming house, and you can rent your property out by the room. You can do it usually on a weekly basis. It typically is the sweet spot. You might have to play around with that. Maybe some areas or some smaller markets that have different type of industries might be closer to maybe 2 weeks or a month at a time for renting. This works really good for, say, if you've got trades coming into an area for construction projects, if you've got trade schools coming in, where people come in for a few months at a time to complete a certification or get a new skill set. This works really great for some industries that have travel, for such as airline pilots that only need short-term accommodations. By doing this model compared to the conventional 1-year lease, you can probably double or triple your rental income, depending again on your local demographics and economies. Do you have a detached garage in your property? Well, number 3, you can look at renting out your garage in a number of different fashions. So simple is storage. Number 2, you can look at renting out to a business. Maybe you have a drywaller or a local plumber in the area that needs a stool to store their materials is readily accessible. Even kind of a little more creative, maybe if it's up your alley, especially if it's a detached garage, you can look at renting to maybe a local band for a practice area. These are all different ways you can generate income coming in the property. Do you have additional driveway space, a lane in the backyard that you can park on? Whatever it might be, those are options depending on your area. You can rent out for long-term parking. Whether you're close to high demand areas, local transit, or if there's not a lot of RV storage in your area, these are places you can make additional revenue off of. Also available in the US and Canada is an app called Rover, and it allows you, kind of like the Airbnb model, but it's for parking. So again, if you're in some of these high demand areas, a downtown area, close to schools, restaurants, amenities, and other things that are bringing traffic into the area, and parking's a bit difficult to find, you can rent out by the hour up to the week and month, depending on what the needs are of your area and the best profit you can make. In addition to bringing a second rental unit into your property, another option is renting to a local business inside your house. Now, this might be a bit difficult if you're kind of thinking, well, what business would want to rent from a part of my house? What works well in a lot of residential areas are day homes. Day homes are where a private individual will go through and provide a daycare that's legal by the local government up to a certain number of kids or children. Typically it's like 5 to 7, or it's about 3 kids for every adult that works in the house. So I have a local investor who had a neighbor that ran a day home in their house, and they actually put a gate between the fence, and they used their walkout basement as an extension to their day home business. So there you go, you have another option. Now what's great about that business model is you don't have renters on evenings and weekends. So you're still free to make the noise, use the property as you want, and not have foot traffic all the time. So it's really appealing and a little bit different than doing, again, the typical 1-year rental to a long-term tenant. I hope you found that useful. I hope I've given you some new ideas to generate revenue on your current rental properties, or if you're searching in the market for your next investment property, you've now got a few more tools in your belt that you can look at these properties to generate some income. If you found this information helpful, please give me a shout, give me a like. Feel free to comment on any suggestions you might have, as I definitely read all the comments in my videos. And by giving those likes and shouts, it definitely helps the growth of my channel. I much appreciate it. Until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.